to the queue, everybody. I am Belligerent. This is episode 6. Trying to catch up. Missed an episode yesterday, and so we're going to release 2 episodes today. This one right now, and then another one a little bit later on in the day. This episode is, it's an announcement episode. It's kind of a bittersweet episode. I'm not exactly sure what to call it. So I'm going to use this episode to announce to everybody who cares that unfortunately I have decided to step down as coach of Nova Esports. Nothing bad. My job, my real life job, has not allowed me to perform up to my expectations as a coach, and it's not fair for the team or the organization for me to just hang around and kind of be there but not be able to give my all. I expect more out of myself, and the team and the org should expect more out of me than I'm just able to give right now. So unfortunately I have to step down as coach. Talked to the team about it last night, talked to management a couple days ago, but again, nothing bad, no hard feelings, not something that I was forced out of, just a choice that I unfortunately had to make. I just want to say to the team and to everybody that it was a blast working with Nova. The management there, Trevor, Matt, Steven, amazing. Like, I couldn't ask for a better management team to go work for. Really great organization, really great experience, really treated me well while I was there. Nothing but love for the organization Nova, the players. It was a blast getting to work with them. It started off a little rocky. I know when I first showed up as coach, I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" But we got things, we got things kind of settled. Had a good showing at Lives. That was a great experience, getting to meet everybody, getting to work with those guys. Their first time on a live stage at a live event. Truth, Delphi, Starboy. Even met Eco, even though Eco wasn't part of the roster at that time, but got to meet Eco out there in LA for a night. He didn't hang around very long, but he was there. So, great. Got to meet, some of the parental figures. Truth's uncle, Delphi's dad. Delphi's dad is great. Still communicates with me pretty often on Twitter. So, yeah, it was a really tough decision, but it was something that I had to do. And there near the end of the season, I felt like it started affecting the team. We just weren't as prepared. I got to give a huge shout out to Left, our analyst, who kind of stepped in and was with the team at most of our scrims, kind of filling in my spot because he knew my situation at that time. And so, big shout out to him, and just, all the work that he put into the team in this past season. Really deserves a lot of credit. But I just felt like my situation was, affecting the team in not a good way. And sometimes you got to make those hard choices. Sometimes you got to make those hard decisions. And this was one of them for me. It really became kind of awkward for me. I don't know if the rest of the team felt it. I don't know if the org felt it. I felt it, though, not being able to be there during scrims throughout the week, not knowing what the guys had been working on, not being able to see with my own eyes what I thought worked and what I thought didn't. And, one of the things that I've learned being a coach, over this past year, starting with Gangstars and then going to Nova, is a lot of times perception and reality can be two different things. And as a coach, I always felt like I needed to see it with my own eyes, right? And even beyond that, needed to be able to do some of the tracking and some of the analysis, and I just wasn't able to keep up with any of that. And so it affected us. And then I would just I wouldn't be able to be there all week. Once in a while, I'd be able to catch a scrim or two if I got done with work early. But then I'd show up on Saturday and help with the draft, do the draft, give input, whatever, without really having the education and the knowledge of what the team was working on, what was working for us as a team, and just my coaching style and my confidence in myself is really based around being able to see what the team is doing and how they're performing on certain picks, and not just necessarily if we won with a certain draft in scrims and things like that. There's more to it, in my opinion, than just whether we won or not. And so a lot of it at the end was me, taking everybody's word for what was working and what was going well. And I'm not saying necessarily that my observations are better than anybody else, but I know that players, especially on all the players that I've worked with, tend to have different views than I have as far as what works and what doesn't, what they're good on and what they struggle with, and things like that. So, yeah. I don't know what is going to happen for me moving forward. I'm going to stay involved in the community, obviously. I'm going to keep doing this podcast, which is mostly going to revolve around Vainglory, as we've already talked about, but we'll get into other things. I'm going to continue doing the Time for Rolling Esports podcast, which is all around Vainglory and the VG8 scene and things of that nature. It's possible that, I'm going to keep casting, currently casting with CSL. Probably cast with NACL when their season starts up again if they want me back, and times work out. Their times are a little less structured than other schedules, so it's kind of hit or miss whether I get to cast one of those or not. But I'm going to stay involved in the community, and I would really like to stay involved with esports if I can just find something that fits. I don't know exactly what's out there. Esports is so new, especially the world of Vainglory esports. Different things are developing all the time, but it probably, almost definitely, won't be as a coach again, at least not without some change in my schedule or, finding a new job or something like that. I have no plans, no intents of being a coach anywhere else. It's just it's not in my cards. Honestly, to be honest, I think that with the way things are for me right now, I think I would probably, be stronger as maybe like a team manager than an actual team coach. Obviously, that opportunity is not available with Nova. They have Trevor for their Vainglory manager. Matt handles their Clash Royale side of things, and they are great at what they do. But something where I don't have to necessarily have everyday involvement. Maybe something where it's more personnel based, like trying to build the team, trying to pick and choose who's going to be on the team, finding a coach, helping develop a coach. I don't know. I don't know what'll work. I didn't know that coaching was an opportunity until it happened for me either. So I don't know what's out there. Maybe I'll be a consultant and I'll just help teams casually, maybe analyze the scrim or two for them or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I do hope that it holds something for me. Obviously, I enjoy being involved in the esports scene. Obviously, I enjoy being involved in the Vainglory scene. Never really had the success that I had hoped for, but I'm also not disappointed in the results and the influence that I felt that I had. Obviously, it's not all on me. It's not all about the coach. It's very little to do about the coach and the support staff because the players ultimately have to go out and execute. But I felt that in my two stints as a coach with the different teams that I was coaching, I felt that I was able to have an influence on the outcome and the success or lack thereof of the teams. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but hopefully it holds something for me. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what might come next, if anything. But yeah, so that is this episode. That is my announcement that, unfortunately I am stepping down as coach for Nova. Obviously wish them the best. I love those guys. Whatever direction the org, chooses to go, I hope they have success with it. So, again, shout outs to everybody that is involved with Nova. And, I will always be there for them if they want to reach out, if they want some input, things like that. After I left Gangstars, I had, I still have conversations with Xenotech. He's asked me for some input on different things along the path, and it's good. I like those relationships, and I let those guys know that I'm always available to them if they want to reach out, if they want to talk, chat, keep in touch, whatever. So yeah, this was the Q. I am Belligerent. Thank you for listening. Again, like, subscribe, comment to the podcast. Follow me on Twitter, belligerent_VG. That's BLG3RNT_VG on Twitter. I appreciate all the listen. So have a wonderful night or day or week or whatever. It's so weird what to do with the podcast, doing an outro. Have a good time. See you later. Cheers. I don't know why I said cheers.